So next topic is steady state point topic 2. So steady state error, just observe here. So steady state error ESS for the type 0 and type 1 and type 2 systems. So type 0 and type 1 and type 2 systems. So type 0, type 1 and type 2 systems. Okay, type 0, type 1, type 2 systems. So simply you are remembering about it. So for the step input, type 0, steady state error will be calculated some constant value k. So next one is simple here. Observe everybody. For the ramp input, so type 1, so steady state error will be calculated. We can get some constant k. So next here, parabolic. So type 2, steady state error will be calculated, some constant k. So everybody observe, this is a very, very important thing here. So the steady state error will be calculated for the step input type 0 only. In that case, we will get some constant value k only. Otherwise, the steady state error will be, if the input is step input, the type is 1, type is 2, the error will be maybe 0 or infinity. We don't know exactly, we will discuss for the classes. Okay, so 0 or infinity. So for the input is ramp input, if the type 1 only, we can get the some error. So if the input is parabolic, type 2 only, we get the some error. So otherwise the error may be 0 or infinity. Okay, na? So just here remembering one of the important terminology here, that is, the relation is very important here. So type is more when compared to the input. Otherwise you see this. Type is more, see, type is more when compared to the input. So steady state error is equal to 0. If type is less, very, very important. Type is less when compared to the input. Steady state error, it becomes infinite. If type is equal to the input, so steady state error will come to the some constant value. Some finite constant means it is some finite value. Some finite value. Very, very important. So type is more when compared to the input. Steady state error is equal to 100%. It's taken as a 0. So type is more when compared to the input. So 100% is steady state becomes the 0. So type is less when compared to the input. The steady state error will comes to the infinite. So type must be equal to the input. The steady state error will come to some finite value. It may be some value 0.1, 0.2, or 5 like this only. But here observe here. The type, okay, na, 0 we are calculated only for the step input. Type 1 we are calculated for the stamp input. Type 2 we are calculated the parabolic inputs only. And one more thing here we are discussing here, one of the important relation here. Here, type, just observe, type is inversely proportional to the steady state error. Just observe here. Type is inversely proportional to the steady state error. Then steady state error is directly proportional to the stability. Steady state error is directly proportional to the stability. So these are the very important terminologies. So these are the very important formulas also. These are the very important formulas. So type is just inversely proportional to the steady state error. So type is inversely proportional to the steady state error. Then steady state error is directly proportional to the stability. Steady state error is directly proportional to the stability. These are the very, very, very important formulas. Okay now. So, and one more thing here. So type we know here. Type 0, just observe here. So type observe here. So type 0 only for the step input. Okay now. So type 1 only for the ramp input are discussed. So type 2 only for the parabolic input. Parabolic input. Just we discussed here. Next here. For example, if input is step input, if input is a step input, if input is step input, okay na? If input is step input, the system is a type 2 system. System is a type 2. S square into S plus 1 type 2 system. Then the steady state error is. Steady state error is. So type is just type is more when compared to the input. So steady state error becomes 0 directly. Relative grade of the 0. Similarly, just here discuss here. Similarly, we discuss like this. If system, okay now, so g of s into h of s is equal to 1 by s into s plus 2. This is your system. Okay now, input is ramp input. Input is ramp input. So now observe here. So ramp input we can calculate only for the type 1 system only. Okay na? So here they are given also type 1 system only. So here type is there here type is approximately equal to the input. So definitely steady state will comes to some constant value. Definitely steady state will comes to the some constant value. So similarly, like these questions are asking. So for example, if type is here, if type 2, so system is 1 by s into s plus 1. System is 1 by s into s plus 1 here. Okay, sorry, type, sorry here. 1 by s square into s plus 1 into s plus 2 only. S plus 1 into s plus 2 only, sorry. So this is your type 2 system. Here, here type 2, just observe here. Type 2. So type 2 means here 1 by s square into s plus 1 into some s plus 2. So this is type 2. If the input is just here, if the input is step, if the input is step, so step input we can calculate only for the type 0 only. Am I right? Step input we got type 0 only. So it means type is more. Just observe here. Type is more when compared to the input. So input is step type 0, type is more. So that's why the steady state error is becomes 0. Definitely. The steady state error will becomes to 0. So next year. Next year. So for example, the system is this one 1 by s into s plus 4. So it means type 1. It means type 1. So input is just input is ramp. So simple. We already discussed parabolic. The input is parabolic. Input is parabolic. So what the here type A is reasonable. Type A is less when compared to the input. Why? Because the parabolic we can discuss only type 2 only, but they are given the type 1. So type A is less when compared to the input. Therefore, the steady state error will becomes to the infinite. Therefore, the steady state error will becomes to the infinite. Okay, no? This type of question. For example, so system is 1 by s plus 1 only. System is 1 by s plus 1 only. So input is step 1. Input is step 1. So in that case, here type 0. Type 0. So steady state also we got with type 0. So therefore type is equal to the input. So definitely the steady state error will comes to some value. Definitely the steady state error will come to the some value. So this type of question will be asked. So next class we can go and discuss about some of the important previous questions. So previous questions. Thank you.